My latest question is this one. It's sort of like the question pollsters ask, who cares about people like you? And my question is a little more direct than that. Suppose you're lying on a road hurt. Which of the candidates would stop their car and get out and help you? I think Biden wins that one pretty easily. I think Elizabeth maybe. I don't think Bernie wins it. Do you? Honestly? They are the question you got to ask about. Will this person help me when I need them? Because the rest is BS.
So what you just heard there was Chris Matthews on MSNBC News earlier today, talking with Joe Scarborough and others about how he feels Bernie Sanders wouldn't help people in their hour of need. And that's the real political test of character. The sort of question is often phrased as, who cares about you? And Chris Matthews says the real question is, who would help you in your hour of need? And he says Biden definitely would, and he said Warren might, but Bernie, he doesn't think he would. And this shows the type of desperation you're seeing from the mainstream media. I've noted it in previous videos that over the coming weeks and months, you're going to see, because Bernie Sanders is surging and no actual attacks can work on Bernie because his record is too strong and his supporters are too committed, you have to almost create lies and false hypotheticals to attack Bernie. So in this case, the hypothetical is Bernie Sanders would let you suffer in your hour of need and Joe Biden wouldn't. Isn't Joe a great guy and isn't Bernie a bad guy because of this hypothetical I just made up? You can taste, you can smell the cynicism and desperation. And this would be bad enough, of course, if there was no evidence to the contrary. Because here's the thing, just based on Bernie's words and deeds and political values, I'd be very confident that Bernie Sanders would help me and anybody else in their hour of need. But again, guys, as we often do with Bernie, we have the receipts. And I'm going to play you a series of clips that somebody very skillfully put together on Twitter. You're going to see a few instances of Bernie Sanders individually going out of his way to help people who are in their hour of need.
Wednesday evening, Amy ventured onto Massachusetts Avenue, heading to a music lesson on Capitol Hill.
Went straight past under Sanders.
She turned around to find Sanders very worried.
Before I could even say anything, he was just like, ma'am, you got to get off the street. There's incoming traffic. And the only thing that could come out of my mouth was, oh my goodness, are you Senator Sanders? And he was just like, yes, but you have to get off the street.
Amy quickly made it back to Sanders. She's not sure what would have happened if Sanders hadn't been there. She's just glad he was.
As some of you know, they were in some... Oh my God. I will tell you is there is one issue out there. Oh God. I think she walked away. I think she's okay. All right, we have a medical issue. Okay, can we get a medic over here? Okay, take a break for a minute.
We love you, Bernie.
Somebody go in?
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Bernie.
Will this person help me when I need him? Do you? Honestly? Think Bernie would stop and help you?
Okay, so I'll say, yeah, I think Bernie would help.
So that's pretty clear, isn't it? Chris Matthews asked, judge a man or a woman by their character in terms of who they would help if they would help someone in their hour of need. And there are no fewer than 3 or 4 or 5 instances there. Bernie Sanders helped a young woman in a wheelchair who went into the street without noticing the traffic and helped maybe save that young woman's life. Bernie Sanders at various times in his rallies has seen people close to him or across the room face some kind of medical issue regarding fainting or something like that. And Bernie Sanders didn't just simply stop his speech and wait for other people to assist the person and then continue going. Bernie Sanders, quick as a whip, quicker than I am, and he's a 70-something-year-old man, went over to those people, showed genuine concern and a genuine desire to help. Bernie Sanders may not always be the cuddliest teddy bear. That's not who Bernie is. But if you think that Bernie Sanders wouldn't risk his own life to save someone else's, I don't think you know Bernie Sanders. And I don't think you know just how committed this man is to building a better society. Not just in the lofty ideals or even in day-to-day politics, but how he lives his life personally. You see it. Bernie Sanders, in all these instances, did save people in their hour of need. And so Joe Scarborough, who I've been critical about on this channel at other times, notes very clearly at the end of the clip here, when he's talking to Chris Matthews, that I do think Bernie would help people. And you know what? Joe Scarborough is right. Bernie Sanders will help people. He has helped people in their hour of need, and he will continue to do so. And again, is this really the most important factor when you're picking a president or what have you? Maybe not. The president isn't a first responder. But if you're going to frame things in these hypotheticals for the sole objective of trying to trash someone like Bernie Sanders or build someone up like Joe Biden, or maybe a bit of both, you're going to have it thrown back into your face when we have direct evidence of Bernie Sanders helping people, going out of his way, doing the right thing, whether it's on policy or whether it's on personal action. Bernie Sanders is the real deal, and every time they come at Bernie for history or for personal action or for personal valor, we have the receipts. We're going to keep sharing them, and my goodness, Bernie Sanders is going to win.